welcome to Sweet Talk with Auntee Shugah. I am Auntee Shugah, and this is Sweet Talk with Auntee Shugah. This week is our final week in Women's History Month, and I have something great for you guys. As you can see this week, I have a panel. It's my first ever Women's History Month show. It's also my first ever panel. I am so excited to introduce these ladies to you. They are a marvel. I admire each and every one of these ladies. I have Queen Vi on the show. Queen Vi is a very successful podcaster. She also owns her own business. She sells her own apparel. She's a mother. She's excellent with advice. She covers every topic from sex to mental health. You guys are going to love her, okay? It was so difficult to get her online to speak to you guys, so listen, she is a treat, all right? If you guys are going to comment, please comment, question, whatever you have for this woman. My next guest is Miss April Burks, and as you can see, she has her April M Burks at Instagram name down there. Please reach out to her. This is a very successful woman. She is a business owner. She is a lifestyle coordinator. She is into branding. She is into style. She is into fashion. She is into design. She is into decorating. She is a business mogul. I'm telling you, I aspire one day to retire and maybe she'll let me pull hold the hem of her skirt on somebody's red carpet one day. Last but not least, is Miss Tireca Bright. As you can see up here, her name is Tireca. She owns her own business. These ladies are so well-rounded. Not only is she a business owner, but she's also a caregiver, a caretaker. These ladies are mothers. They're working women. They're educated. You guys are going to get so much information here tonight. Please don't hesitate to chime in. I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you, and then we're going to get into tonight's topic. Tireca?
So, excuse me. Hello. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Auntee Shugah, for having me here tonight. I haven't been live in months, since last year, if you will. As Auntee Shugah did mention, I was a podcast host for almost a year, Women's Wellness Wednesdays. So that was an entrepreneurial endeavor. In addition to that, Chandler. So I am a candle maker. I also teach and conduct candle workshops where you can make your signature candle. That took off. That was phenomenal. Recently in my career, my 9 to 5, working for, someone else, a huge promotion came about a month ago, and I'm super excited for that. So things have been going well. Tireca is a go-getter. Concrete Rose was my signature for a while. It still stands. And I think that's it. In addition to a wellness coach. So I enjoy helping people.
All right, Miss April M. Burks.
Hi, everybody. So as Auntee Shugah let you know, my name is April. I am based here out of Philly. I own an event production company. That's the main thing that I do. I plan events all over the country, from San Francisco to Boston to Miami, what have you. I also do sew, and I do still technically own a fashion accessories business. I just don't have a lot of time to do sewing ever since I had my son 2 years ago. So my main focus is events, but I love everything creative. I like to paint. I love to cook. I also love to drink. So I like to go to wine tasting, bourbon tastings, all that kind of stuff is my thing. And I just like to be able to support other women.
And then last, but definitely not least, Queen Vi.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Queen Vi of Queen Vi's Reality Talk, where I talk about sex life and relationships. It is not one topic that we have not talked about. We also have our Q&A sessions as well. I'm going to be starting an advice segment real soon. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We air on Thursdays, and every now and then we'll do a special show that we might do on a Tuesday. I have Queen Vi's apparels. I make t-shirts. We have our own signature t-shirts that we have as well, with the little catchphrases that you may hear me or Hakim Born Just saying. That's my co-host. I do notary in New Jersey, traveling notary. Just a mom of 4, a grandmother of 3. Um, but I'm just making it happen. Everything I do is based on empowering, uplifting, and the betterment of our people. So, thanks for having me
Ladies,
on.
ladies, I cannot tell you how honored I am and how special this is to me and how grateful I am. Just thankful for your presence tonight. And oh man, I'm just excited. If it's not written all over my face, it should be. So let's get into tonight's topic. Tonight's topic is kitchen table talk.
All right, audience, moment of truth. Look at this. No, it doesn't. Stop it saying that. It smells delicious and it looks delicious. And I'm just waiting for the biscuits to go in and then we're set.
Anybody?
One thing
Yo.
about kids, they're gonna tell you the truth.
I don't know what's going on in that pot.
I'm stuck. I'm still.
Oh.
Yeah.
It looks like she
Don't
was.
try to don't silence the kids. The best thing is to teach them to be honest, and be able to talk freely, respectfully, but freely.
I'm stuck.
Mm.
It smells like shit. Like what? Like, excuse me?
It looked like she was boiling like twigs and leaves from the tree.
Mm-mm.
That was a lot.
Ooh, I can smell it from here.
I mean, I don't think he should have been cussing, but we're gonna call it thing a thing.
Ooh, these kids. Ooh, these
Out
new
of the mouths
kids.
of babes.
Yes.
Yes, exactly. They don't know how to do anything but tell the truth. So I full heartedly believe that it stunk over there because he said it.
Sure. That's it. That's what he said.
These new kids. Well, ooh, that was good to kick it off, was it not? As far
Okay.
as kitchen table topics are concerned, it's gonna be that raw tonight. Okay. Ooh, ladies. Listen, one thing that women do, whether you're married or you're single, we know how to balance a budget. We know how to take care of a home. It is not easy. I ran a segment called Women in Finance last week. And I got in depth with it and budgeting and how important it was. And I try to get a lot of comments and try to get a lot of emails. A lot of people shy away from talking about finances, because everybody on the internet and these internet streets is balling ever since, we were in lockdown for a few decades. They sat back and they collect their those little pandemic checks. So everybody is balling. Everybody got the nice new car and a brand new house and new shoes and new clothes, and nobody wants to admit that some people actually live paycheck to paycheck. And I've learned to budget to the point where I became a baller at the dollar store. I mean, I'm the dollar store queen. And so, and speaking about our first topic tonight in finance, I'd like to go to a clip about the Dollar Tree, so we can kick off that finance topic. So. I don't know if you were. Yeah.
Absolutely not. Every day.
Y'all see the child from the picture? Absolutely not. $7 at the Dollar Tree.
I mean, it's bad enough they have stuff for $5 and $3.50 now, and that was the only dollar store that was truly a dollar store. Then they bumped it to $1.25, and yes, 25 cents does make a difference when you're going in there. Because bad enough, I can't go in there without and just get what I came in there to get. I always got to get extra stuff. So that adds up, you know. And now y'all, and certain things I don't want to get from Dollar Tree anyway.
Yeah, but at this point, the $5 section at the Target is cheaper than the Dollar Tree. So what am I even going to Dollar Tree for? Because you had that whole section where everything's like 5 and under when you walk in the Target, or I mean, I would say, or go to 5 and below. But now everything's not even 5 and below in the 5 and below. I don't know
Oh,
what,
not even.
not even close.
Um, I did see a article at one point talking about the Dollar Trees are talking about their closing stores because people are stealing. No, you're losing money because you're raising your prices. So be honest with yourself. I don't know who's in charge up there, but y'all better get it together.
And then they
Well,
get tricky
know.
with the names. Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar. Like there's
well,
like 5 different. So like just make it the dollar store. Like I feel like the dollar store was when I was younger, like it was just the dollar store. I don't know.
well,
Now it's just I don't
It's confusing. But the prices went up, but the
It's
quality
tricky.
didn't. Because when you're going in there, it's the same thing that was $1 before. That's my thing. It's not like, you know, what I will say with even 5 and below is like, yeah, it's definitely stuff well above $5, but it's like stuff that you're
It's
like,
worth it.
yeah, it's worth
Yeah.
it. The Dollar Tree, I haven't seen not one thing come out of Dollar Tree, and I thought to myself, well, yeah, damn, they should be charging $5 for that. Like, no.
And then
okay.
if you want a dustpan and a pan, you got to buy it separately. There's no more sets. You want a
They said it
broom
left right.
bottom and a broomstick. You got to pay.
No.
So, in full disclosure, I read the article, and the article says that just to be, to be giving out in this show, in this atmosphere, we like to live, we like to laugh, and we like to learn. Sort of like the 3 L's. You see them above people's doors and wherever they want to put them. So basically, what the owner of the Dollar Tree kind of branch. He owns the Dollar Tree, just like Tireca said, the Dollar General, and there's another dollar something, Family Dollar, right?
Oh,
His name is Rick Greeley, right? He says that the price increase is going to happen over 3,000 stores nationwide. He said that because he notices that when it comes to the north and the northeast sector of the country, the United States, that the average median income has risen to $125,000 a year. So he's raising prices on food, pet care, and personal care. He says that the fastest growing demographic is the North and the Northeast. It could just be because you keep dropping immigrants off, but that's a whole nother topic. He said, but that he feels like if he raises the prices or increases the prices to $7, that is what would kind of even out kind of everything being $1.25 in the other regions of the country, such as the
Well,
lower, like
I just think,
Alabama,
yeah.
Mississippi, Texas. I personally think that this is. I personally think it's. First of all,
bullshit.
we all know that
Yeah, keep it $1. I don't really know. I don't know why you would just...
Dollar General, Family Dollar, they're what you call corner stores, like not corner store, but cornerstone. Like, so they're located in strip malls, right? Yeah. And you can't walk to them. However, we all know, even though you can't walk to them, they're located kind of like in that middle class neighborhood where you might have to catch a bus, or you might have to, catch a trolley or a train or something too. But it's like a strip mall kind of store, right? And so one of those places where people in, the demographics, such as like the low income or government assistance, they need that bag of rice for $1, right? They need that bag of beans for $1. They need that ramen for a big pack of 6 for $1. Right? Because that's where they can take their government assistance and they can purchase those items for $1 and $1.25. A bag of rice could feed an entire family of 4 or 5 for what? A couple of days? Like, they're purposely taking the northeastern section, right, of the country, which is our section, ladies. And they're saying, like, with the New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Maine, Pennsylvania, DC, Maryland, Ohio, they're purposely saying that this section, the median income is 125,000. Where?
That's what I want to know. Who doing their research?
Right. and this is where you begin to see that those that are in the upper echelon, and I talked about this on my show before, they are truly disconnected.
They're out of touch with reality.
It's more than they are truly disconnected. There's more than just a billionaire status. I read in Forbes magazine last week that I picked up off of the Barnes and Noble. There's something called a deca-billionaire. There's like 44 families that quote unquote qualify for a deca-billionaire status. These people didn't even earn their income. They inherited it. They were born into it. The Koch family, the Johnson family. There's so many different families that inherited their money, right? And so when you inherit your money, you see it completely different than the people that actually go out there and earn it. 125,000 is nothing for them. And they're not going to the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General, the Family Dollar. No. But now you're raising prices on those quote unquote median income. Income for maybe two people, not median income for one person. There's who's making 125 grand.
Okay.
Listen, and
Dollar General.
Yeah, right. You shop at certain places because it's supposed to be affordable. First of all, Family Dollar been not affordable a long time ago. That was one of the first ones that went out. Another thing is, the bad thing about it is, as they feel like people's income is raising, they want to raise prices. Where now you putting those people back in the same boat that they were in. So why be excited about getting a raise if it's still going to go to the same thing? They call it the working poor. It's like you're working, you're constantly working to make, and you're just making it. You nobody wants to work to pay bills, and when you work and you have to take time away from other things, like your children and stuff like that, to put food on the table and take care of the bills. And now you're still struggling, no matter how many hours, no matter how many raises you get and how many hours you work,
No way of breaking even.
No.
And if you are working and you are doing your best to make ends meet, even if you are at the 125,000, you have those that are in your family or friend group that need your support.
Sure.
That's true.
And so there's your expendable income.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's your expendable income. Or if you have a child and you have child care, there's your expendable income, because everybody knows the child care is not fixed. Everybody knows it's not fixed. It is diapers go up. Right? Food prices go up. Daycare prices go up.
My son's
and if you're a woman, you spending money on hygiene products.
Hygiene products. And this is something that they said,
and that keeps going up.
Yep. Personal care products. So that means if they sell, if they sell panty liners, if they sell soap, if they sell lotion, all those products are going up in price.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the bad thing about it, is they make it so the things that are necessities for us is expensive. And if you want to eat healthy, that's even more expensive, so it's like, but who does it affect? What community does it affect? Well, you can't spend like grapes in a store. You get a bunch of grapes that's probably like 2 or 3 pounds. You're paying $10 for grapes.
$10 for grapes.
The berries are sky high. Like, my son loves strawberries and raspberries. And every time I go, I swear, like, the regular size thing of strawberries keeps going up. It's like $6 is like the average price, but you can see it up to like 10.
That's on sale.
Exactly. Depending on where you are. I'm like, this is insane. You know how quickly he can go through some strawberries, couple days, like with his meals, his snacks or whatever, and then we eat them too. So
yeah, try having my 2 youngest are teenagers, 14 and 16. My 16-year-old is a boy. He plays sports. Forget about it.
Yeah.
He's a dump truck. He's eating everything.
Right. Everything. Everything.
That's it.
I don't even have to say who ate anymore.
Boys are different than girls, because I have a girl and I put it in her and it just goes, I don't know where it goes. What does it go to her feet? She just gets taller. I don't know. Yeah.
They grow.
Yeah.
But no, yeah,
Yeah.
that dollar store stuff, it makes you frugal. It makes you double back. Even in the dollar store, you're just like, all right, I need this, this, and this. And then you're like, nope, I'm gonna put that back. And you're putting
Yep.
something back from the dollar store, but it's kind
Yeah.
of you're picking and choosing. And at this big age, we still have to pick and choose despite what the necessity could be, even at the dollar
And my
store.
kids like steak and stuff. When
You did
food was
that. They like,
cheaper, yeah, well, when food was cheaper, it was like you want to introduce your kids to certain foods and stuff, and now they just like now it's like kicking your ass because for a little steak you're paying about $25. So, um, but I am what they call a multi-store shopper. I like to get my fruits and vegetables from one store. I'm gonna get my canned goods from something else. My fresh vegetables
yeah.
where the sales are and where the food is, and then you have stores like Aldi's and stuff like that where it's not always that fresh. Their
Yeah.
prices may be low, but you gotta really check and
Pick and
make
choose.
sure it's fresh, you know. So it's
I
like,
love Aldi, but I find that I have to go to certain ones. Like where I
mhm.
live fairly close to about 3 different locations. One of
Oh
those three,
wow.
yeah,
Lucky
one of
you.
those three
Right.
locations I hate because the stuff actually is another one. It's like 4, you know what I mean? But the 2 of those 4, the stuff is not as fresh. I don't know why. I guess the neighborhood. I think some of it is like the one I go to. The stuff just moves off the shelf so quickly, like because there's really
Okay.
nothing in that area, so their stuff stays
Hmm.
fresh because stuff just doesn't sit there very long. But it just you gotta. But I love Aldi, but I also shop at different stores too. I like to shop at Trader Joe's because their snacks for my son don't have a lot of like the red 40 and the dyes and the stuff like that. But the thing about the Trader Joe's stuff, which I love, is it'll be like 4 bars in a box. You're like, it looks like, oh, that's a good, not bad, $3.69. Then you're like, but it's gone.
It won't
So now
last
you
you.
gotta buy
Yep.
now you gotta buy 2 or 3.
Yeah, 2
Yep.
and 3 boxes or whatever.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, yeah, it's rough out there.
Yeah, that's where they get you. That's where they get.
That's the gimmick.
And
Hmm.
I don't know about you guys, but I go to and I know like when we're talking about finances, and I will make the drive all the way out to a flea market. And I know that making a drive all the way out to Lancaster or all the way to New Jersey, somewhere an hour, 2 hours out, is a very long way to drive just to get fresh meat at a good price. But I'm willing to take that drive. I'll just tell them put ice on that fish, put ice on that shrimp, put ice on that turkey, put ice on that chicken because it's fresh, first of all, because the Amish are there. They're going to cut it up right there for you. It's going to be fresh. And then I can just put it in the freezer. However, there's always an expenditure on the back end. There's the gas, you know what I mean? And then there's the extra miles that I'm putting on my car. But I swear by flea markets, especially their produce, because I know if I go to New Jersey has tons of farming fields, so I know those berries are freshly picked, and those gourds are freshly picked, and those that fruit is freshly picked, and those vegetables are usually freshly picked from right there in New Jersey. But it's sort of like a farm to table thing. But at the same time, the cost effectiveness of taking that drive out, paying for the gas, the travel, all of that. You have to really think about that. Like you said, if you have to be like a multi store shopper, it is what it is. One week you can get, I don't know about you guys, but I see this all the time at Acme. They'll have the 4 for $4. They'll have 4 different, like meat
Hmm.
choices that you can get. They'll have steak or pork or chicken or fish or like a shellfish or, like a lamb or, a beef or a sausage or something. And they'll put it on there. And you put all 4 of them on a counter, you can get that for $20, $19.99. You just got to pick 4. So I got a boatload of ground turkey in the freezer. You know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna. One week I may have a turkey loaf. The next week I
Sausage
might
and
have
peppers and
turkey.
Yeah, I had to get a
Right?
freezer for the basement too. That way I could
Yeah,
like when I
smart.
see a sale, grab a good amount, or even just go into Costco. It's not necessarily cheaper, but at least I don't have to keep like running back for
yeah,
certain things. So, and Costco has like red snapper and oxtails.
yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, oxtail is hard to come by these days. That ain't an arm and a leg. Don't go on ShopRite and see 4 oxtails and they want $32. 4 oxtails.
Yes.
That's it's
So
crazy. But like you were saying with gas as well. Um, when I go to Philly, I hate it. I need to fill up in Jersey because I'm complaining about uh 3.13 for gas because at one point in time we was under $3, and go to Philly and gas is 3.79.
Easy.
Gas is, I'm like, I find myself trying to make it back to Jersey before I get my aunt. You want me to pay 3.79 and I gotta pump my own gas? Oh, Philly ain't
Yes,
adding
that
up.
part too. Y'all done got
Philly
spoiled
ain't
in
adding
Jersey.
up.
It's so
So,
crazy. Spoiled. Love
well,
that.
that's
speaking of
right.
finances, the next topic is something that I know we can all tap into, us being either business women or smart with our finances or homeowners or looking into buying our first home. The next one is about the $1 home project. I can't wait for you guys to see this clip. You guys are going to love it.
What's the catch?
The catch is what it's looking like. That it ain't really a home. You getting a dollar plot of land in Lord knows where. But
so I'm going to tell you the article. The article is that there are land banks, city banks, nonprofits, single family homes, right? There's low income housing that this could be invested in for the city of Baltimore. But we all know, being from the DMV area, being from the tri-state area, these are homes that the city of Baltimore has deemed to be
Unfit? Condemned?
yes, the city has taken them over because of it's been overrun by crime and drugs and gangs. So because of either people not paying their taxes on the property and the city has confiscated it, or the home is so dilapidated that the city has confiscated it, or that this is one of those homes that has just always been on their radar and it's a part of like a block by block situation. These are homes that the city themselves could take over and they could rehab and they could make it into family housing. They could do something with their homeless. They could, they could do like a low income housing. However, they've decided to sell it. They've got about 3,000 homes that they can sell. And so they're offering people to come in and buy it for $1. Now, if you are willing to spend, let me just start. It starts at $1. It starts at $1. However, if you're willing to give them $3,000 and you get approved for a construction loan, they'll give you $50,000. All you do is pay $3,000. You get approved for a construction loan, they'll give you $50,000 to rehab the house. It's basically gentrification. Now, like I know that these neighborhoods are, and they've always been in minority neighborhoods. And when I say minority, I mean Black and brown communities. I mean our communities. They've been overrun with crime. They've been overrun with gang violence. They've been overrun with death and destruction. And so now the city is taking these properties. They haven't allowed anyone to buy these properties. The homes are dilapidated, and they're hoping that we can get either single family homes, like people that are willing to invest at least $1 into these communities. However, I don't know if they're willing to invest in our safety while we rehab these homes. That's the issue there.
I mean, I think they did something similar like that in like Philly. I think maybe like
they have done something like that in Philly. Yeah. I think it was 10 years with no taxes. But this one is they're willing to give tax abatement. They're willing to give you $50,000 construction loan.
Well, it's going to take a whole lot more than $50,000 though, because it might cost you $50,000 just to tear what's left down, and then whatever else. And I don't know.
It's definitely a project, and I love a good project. Not to cut you off, Miss April. Yeah. It's definitely a project for somebody who has the time, the passion. The finance aspect of it, cool. But you have to have a certain type of wherewithal without you to want to do something like that and to make an impact. So it's not just going to be, like Miss April was saying, it's not going to be it sounds good, but there's going to be a lot that needs to go into that, not just that finance piece, Auntie. I feel like that's going to take a lot of heart to revamp that neighborhood, that community, that sector. Like, it's not just going to be a flip, if you will.
Right. You're going to have to buy the block.
Yeah, right.
Hopefully,
spend about
regular
$200-$300
people and not some crazy developers, though. That's the thing. They could easily buy the block and have the money to put in to develop it.
Right.
Neighborhood
and then charge an arm and a leg
for a developer.
Exactly. Is it because I was reading? Yeah, I was reading articles where they were saying that that's why the housing market is getting so bad, because like companies are buying single family homes and then people are basically forced to rent, not because they can't afford to get a mortgage or a home, but because if they're living in places where there's just no inventory, because these companies are just buying up these single family homes and then they rent them to you and they control all of that. And then if they're slumlords or whatever the case may be, what do you really do? You know what I'm saying? Then you also get trapped because they raise the rent. So then you can't really save to move out of there to try to get money to buy things. So it's just like, it has to be some stipulations on who can buy their property and what they can do with it. They shouldn't be able to buy it, build on it, and sell it for $200,000.
When a business buys it, it's not the same as an individual buying it. It's not the same. Yeah. A corporation buying a property is not the same as an individual. It doesn't have the same heart.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think they should have certain stipulations and have a criteria who can buy it. Because if you have somebody that's been trying to save up for a home, it's bad enough while they're buying this home, they have to rehab it. You don't know what that's going to cost, but you also have to pay to live somewhere else while that is being fixed. And there's no telling how long it's going to take for it to be fixed. And how are you going to secure your property while it's being fixed? Because you sitting here putting insulin in and building it up, and then the crackheads is coming in and stealing the copper and whatever else, or you got kids, right? That's a whole nother thing. Squatters, you got kids throwing rocks, busting the windows. So who's going to protect your investment? Right. So that's a whole another expense if you have to provide security, and and people have to really read the fine prints when they get, because like you said, $1 sound good, $3,000 to get 50,000 sound good, but people have to really do their research and know what it's going to cost them in the long run, because sometimes it's just not feasible.
I'm not from Baltimore, but I did see The Wire, at least the first season.
I went on vacation there before.
I saw the corner. Okay,
right. I saw both. I went to go visit Baltimore one time, and when we was going to the hotel, I made a turn. I saw those tents outside with the homeless, and then I saw the row houses, and I said, "Oh, I think I booked the wrong hotel." I was like, "We gonna have to just take this L." And then you went up a little farther, it was more nice, but that's still, when you buying a home somewhere and it's right around the corner from the chaos, it defeats the purpose. If I want to buy a home, I want to know that, because it may be my forever home, I want to know that it's safe. I want to know my grandkids can go play outside. But I like to sit on my porch and sip my wine. So I want to be able to do it peacefully,
safety too.
Right. And where I'm at, rent is an arm and a leg, but my mama said you got to pay for peace sometimes. So, I mean, that's, I'm making it happen where I'm at now.
Location. Yeah. Go ahead, Queen.
No, I thought you said, where's my location? Okay.
Oh, no. I said, some people have to pay for location.
Mm-hmm.
Where you are, whether you're purchasing a home or whether you're renting a home, you're paying for that location. So, Queen, like you said, you live in a nice area, you're paying for your peace. That comes with the price.
Yeah.
Peace of mind.
Because Queen loves her wine.
Well, ladies, the next segment is called Parenting. I think the wine is getting to me. Sorry. Parenting. parenting.
Right.
I got that. Okay, so the next segment is called parenting. And I'm a parent. Every last lady up here is a parent. Some of you are grandparents, and so I think we can relate to this first clip if you just take a look. And I think it's funny. I think we'll all relate to it. Let's go with a mom's life.
When I make dinner, nobody sees that. When I do the laundry, nobody sees that. When I do the dishes, nobody sees that. When I clean the house, nobody sees that. But when I sit down to be on my phone,
you're always on your phone.
That's the bullshit. It's every time. Every time. I had just posted a picture or on my story a couple days ago. You know, you get up in the morning, you go to the bathroom. You know, normally I get up before the rest of my family just to have alone time. I was actually going to do a mama and me or mornings with mom on a YouTube, one of my channels. Long story short, the other day, wake up, go to the bathroom. My son comes in, good morning, just as cute as a button, but climbs on me and just sits there. And it's just like, I just want to go to the bathroom alone. Like you wait for the damnedest time to want to be super clingy, and I just want to be in the bathroom alone. So they never pick the times where like I'm sitting on the couch and you want to come and cuddle. That's cool. No, you wait till I'm in the bathroom, the most personal place there is, to invade my space and just be there. So totally agree with the video.
I feel that, I feel that because my husband's always like, "What you on TikTok? What you on Instagram?" I'm like, "Yeah," because it's 8-9 o'clock at night and we're like just chilling on the couch. So this is what I'm doing.
Everybody's done. You're good. He's good.
Yeah, just all day long I've been running, doing whatever, on calls, working, doing other stuff, doing that. I like to be able to. I find TikTok highly entertaining and funny. I've been getting my whole life on TikTok. So.
It's an outlet.
So,
It is. It's some enjoyment. It's me time, and I think that's so imperative. So right, let me play the game. Let me go into the bathroom for a long period of time. I'm just sitting there. I'm not doing anything. Nothing at all. Just taking
right, because first of all, when you become a parent, it's like privacy. What's that? Peace. What is that? Quiet. What is that? So it's like you can be multitasking all day long and doing everything for everybody else. When you get just a moment, somebody has a question. What you watch? Like my daughter come. What you watching? And come just lay in my bed. She's 14. Come lay in my bed. Sometimes my son. Yeah, but they can be in their room with their door closed and enjoying their privacy.
Okay, and don't knock on it.
And so my door is closed. That's when everybody start knocking, coming in. What you doing? So when I get on a personal phone call, it's like, who are you talking to? Oh, tell such and such. I say hi. Well, they called for me. They could have called your phone if they wanted to speak to you, but they called my phone. But it's like they picked the finest time.
It's almost as if, and I know probably like. I felt like this. Everybody, well, maybe not everybody knows, but I used to be married. And one of the things that I remember about being married is that once I became somebody's wife, I no longer was my own person. I felt like I was only that person's wife because ever since then, they only addressed me as, oh, so-and-so's wife or Mrs. So-and-so. And then when I became a mother, I reached another level where I became so-and-so's mom. I had no name at all anymore. I became so-and-so's mom, right? So you go to the school, oh, that's so-and-so's mom. You know, you go to cheerleading practice, oh, that's so-and-so's mom. Or you go to a friend's house, oh, so-and-so, your mom's here. You don't know who I am. There's no self-autonomy anymore. You are no longer an individual. You can't have any enjoyment. God forbid you're not, and if you leave the house, especially if your kids are old enough that if your kids notice that you are gone at any age, it's an uproar. You got to come back right now.
Phone ringing off the hook.
Yes. It's almost as if once you are a mom, whoever you were before that, if you try to hold on some small sense of it, just a small breath or an inkling. Like it just everyone around you. Even if I was to go to an event with my family, oh, where's your kid? Well, damn.
Oh, that drives me insane.
Yeah, but you know
Well,
that's how we are.
damn.
Not to eat right. We're so and so.
Well,
We
where's
love
the
you.
baby? Well, damn. What do you mean, where's the baby?
But if I bring my little wild 2-year-old son, who's going to set it off in here, he's going to run around, he's going to do a whole lot. Y'all not going to watch him. If like Auntee Shugah, you know what where's my baby? Where's my baby? But then when I brought him,
I can't help it. I spoil him. I spoil him every time I see him. I'm sorry.
I'm like, what is going on? Like, where's he at? Where's he? I'm like, he's 2. He's at home or with whoever. He's all right. So yeah.
Well, you lose your identity when you become pregnant. So you go to the doctor, they call you mommy. You're not Mrs. Such thing. You're mommy, mom. Yeah, it's like I have a name. I had a name before I became a mother. Like, let's try using it sometimes. I enjoy being called my name.
I had a neighbor in the beginning, but then it gets old. Like,
you know,
I got shirts and hoodies made, Stan's mom, and you know, I did all of that, but now it's just like, no.
And your son is only 3, and you feel like,
listen, it's been so trying. That age 3 is so trying.
It can't be worse than 2.
No, 2 was cool. Miss April, 2 was okay. 3 it has been when I finally got like frustrated with him. Like I never really got frustrated with my son. And I took pride in like, oh, you know, I'm that parent, not the gentle parent, but you know, I'm not gonna do what my mom did, if you will, Auntee Shugah. You know where I'm going with it.
I know.
You know, I took pride in not really doing what they did or what the other aunties did. But then when he got 3, I'm just like, well, wait a minute. I might have to tap in to some different shit because this I can't handle. My patience is not allowing me. And I'm older. I'm an older mom. You know, during the time I was pregnant, COVID mom, COVID baby. You know, I was considered a geriatric pregnancy. I think that's what they call it. So even with that shit, I'm just like, well, wait a minute. Like
I told that doctor, don't you ever open up your mouth and call me no damn geriatric nothing. Don't do it. He never did it because I was like, don't try me in here.
I didn't care for that.
Don't crack, baby. It don't crack.
I'm excellent, and that's the thing. You know, they were, you know, taken back like, oh, well, I wouldn't have pegged you at that. Yeah, I bet you wouldn't have pegged me at that. But the whole thing is, that title, don't give it to me.
I've told people all the time, the same time my father was having kids, my grandmother was having kids. I have a brother the same age as my aunts.
That part.
Don't ever get it messed up. I have a brother the exact same as my twin aunts. The exact same age. Don't ever get it messed up. They grew up like brothers and sisters. They're actually
you letting them know how Granny was. You letting them know how Granny was.
But don't ever get it messed up. Don't ever get it messed up.
But y'all talking about 2 and 3-year-olds. My daughter, she has 1-year-old twins. So yes, I'm a twin. My daughter had twins. They didn't give her a run for her money. They climbing stairs now. They talking all what they think they talking everything, but the jibber jabber. They know how to get your attention when they want to get your attention, and they tag teaming her. I'm just like, look.
I'm
running our family, so we know how that goes.
That made me smile too. Right.
My cousin it was supposed to be our generation. Someone in our generation was supposed to have twins. My cousin had the twins, so I'm like, I guess I'm off the hook now, or whatever. But I don't know. But I was like, always was like, I'm gonna I want this many kids. I want that many kids. And you have one, you're like,
Let me redo that math. Let me do that math.
And my brother had twins. So I have 2 sets of twin aunts. My sister had twins and my brother had twins. Do not count yourself out.
And then Auntie, our cousin, which is the twin mom, had the twins.
Oh my goodness.
Y'all didn't have to crush her like that. She was excited, hopeful. Only for a second.
It skipped me though. It keeps happening.
I have another one. There's guaranteed it might be in there, so do not count yourself out. Do not. Okay. Now, speaking of, producer, are there any questions or comments in the chat? I'd like for the panel to be able to get real time questions or comments in the chat. Is there anything to put up on the screen? Oh, hey, Juan.
Hello.
See you. Thank you for chiming in, Juan.
Hi,
you
Pearly.
being here with us. Hey, Cheryl.
Hi. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
That's so funny. Hello. That's our cousin,
Hello.
Auntie.
Oh, I think that's when we were talking about
exactly.
the dollar store, probably.
We over here living paycheck to paycheck. Exactly.
Right. Don't count my pennies.
Exactly. All right. So now that we got the questions and comments out the way, we're still on the parenting. So on the next clip, I'd like to introduce you to mothers. I'm not sure if you felt like this, but this has happened to me once. This resonated with me so very well. You let me know what you think. It's called Pulling It All Together.
Mommy? Y'all ready to go have some fun, baby?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I can't be the only one.
That's a good one.
I can't be the only one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a thing.
That you had a breakdown moment.
Mm-hmm.
What it was, I don't know whether it was a job, the husband, the boyfriend, the friends, the bills, took you to the point where you just felt like, good night, I'm going to bed, I can't take it no more. I'm quitting.
You have to tap out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then your kid needed you at that moment. And it was like, I've told myself this many a times, and for those that are in our and on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, I've said this many a times, our show is not for children. Our show is for adults only. So if you have a child in a room or in the neighborhood, you might want to go ahead and remove yourself or remove them from the premises, because you might have some spicy language. I can't control what my guests say. I can only control what I'll say. So in saying that, I've given you a disclaimer. I'm about to use some spicy language. As a parent, I'm a single parent. I have had to look myself in the mirror a lot of days and say, go fuck yourself. And then get right back to whatever I needed to do to make it through that day.
Yep.
Have you felt like that, ladies? Have you had to get up and put on that face and do what you had to do as a parent to motivate yourself to be there for them, because emotionally you weren't feeling it, physically you weren't feeling it, mentally you weren't feeling it? You have been pushed to a breaking point, but you did it for them because of your love for them.
I think we do that from day one. Day one, like I think the most vulnerable time in my entire life was after I had a baby, right? And it's scary, and you're exhausted, you're tired, and they're like, they want you to whip your boob out and try to breastfeed. They want you to do this. And then I had a C-section, so I was like,
so did I.
My stomach was on fire. They're like, oh, those are the nerve, and all this stuff was happening. And from birth, you're like, I gotta take care of my baby. Like, I don't feel like it. I don't want to. I just want to sleep. I just want to cry. What did I do? This human is permanently here. They're not going anywhere. You know what I mean? You have to keep them alive. You have to do everything perfect. Then people want to come and visit. Then they want to see you. They want to do this. And let me hold the baby.
Talk to them.
All this stuff. So from the very beginning, when they first come out, you're doing that. You're putting what you want to do, your feelings, your emotions, and everything like that aside to try to care for them. And mind you, I'm not a single mom. My husband's a very great father, very involved. And so I literally don't even, when I look back at friends who had kids when we were even younger and they didn't necessarily have active, the way that I view them now, I mean, I already, like, one of my best friends, I already knew she was like the shit, like strong as shit, all this stuff. But after I had a kid,
Right.
I'm like, how the hell did you do this at the age of 19, 20 years old? You already didn't even know who you were. And then you had this lousy ass, I'm not even going to say what I want to say, person who was not supportive, probably caused more trouble than they were helpful in the situation, and then didn't have a really helpful family. I'm like, yo, like, how are you're still here? Like, that's amazing. You're still here. You're still fighting every day for your kids to get what they need, what they want, what's just to them, a decent education, food, happiness, a home, a safe place to stay. Every day you're still here getting up and doing that. I mean, we all are, but I'm just saying that I do see that even though I emotionally, I went through probably the same thing as any mom and hormonal, I do realize that I was fortunate to have to have another parent, his father there, and everybody doesn't have that. So I'm just like, how do people do it? It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have a choice. I mean, when you decide to become a parent, that child didn't ask to be here. That was a decision you made. So you got to put the boots on and strap them up, and and just do it. There's days that you might not have the energy. You might be moving a little bit slower, but you got to understand you have those eyes watching you. They're watching how you problem solve, how you communicate, how you push through, just how you live. So you're automatically going to be the teacher. Like they say, your parents are your first teachers. And you got to, yeah. I mean, some people are failing. That's a whole nother show. but for the ones that's present, and like we said, your life is not just about you. Your life isn't your life. So you got to do it. And it doesn't stop when they get 18. Not at all. Oh God. I was like, I thought you moved out. Like, y'all here all the time.
Right.
But
I know.
So, for me, my entrepreneurial endeavors started after the birth of my son. My son changed my life completely. And I think that I thank God for that. But I also think that was the activation that I needed at the time of my life to get to where I needed to be. There was a part of me that I hadn't even tapped into until I became a mother. So it was kind of twofold for me. April, I also agree with the fact that, I'm not a single mom, but the found respect that I have for single moms with the help that I received, I take my hat off to them because I'm like, yo, I have the help. I have, all my ducks in order. The boxes are checked off as far as like, do you have your finances in order? Like my pregnancy was planned. I did have a miscarriage, 2 of them. So everything was like set in stone once he came about, but you still don't ever prepare yourself for the changes that you were referring to, the hormonal changes, the chemical changes. Again, the support and the help. My baby was born 2020. So right smack dab in the middle of COVID, I didn't have a baby shower. I couldn't call auntie and be like, come get so-and-so, or can y'all come over here? And our family is big. So going through that alone, becoming a new mother is a whole different type of situation. The mothers that I've known have never been isolated during the birth of their child. Their father couldn't come in, with the father present, with a sturdy father, still wasn't welcome to see different things. So becoming a mom definitely changes your life. For me, it has.
Yeah, I was a single parent, and my kids, like the ones that's like older now, they like we never seen you struggle or go through anything, you handle everything else so well. Oh no, I was in my room in the fetal position sometimes. But you can't let them see that, because that's a whole nother issue. You don't want your kids to feel like, oh, you're going through so much because you had them, whether it's not getting time to yourself, finances, or not being able to do certain things. But even my oldest daughter, and she just like, Mom, how did you do it? I didn't have a choice. And that's just what it all boils down to. It is, people need to understand what they sign up for when it's time to be a
It ain't
parent.
no, it ain't no joke. I don't care what I think it's pros and cons to being a young mom, because you have energy, you've all that. But older, you have a little bit of patience, but it don't matter, because there's pros and cons to. I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but there's pros and cons to both. You just have to
Mm-hmm.
basically step up. But I wonder, like, for any of you, did it like it also made me have a different outlook or appreciation from my mom, right? Because my mom was like 16, 17 when she had me. And so later down the line, and then she had her butted heads with my grandmother and moved out. It was a lot, because she was a teen mom, but later on was diagnosed with bipolar. And so to think that she was a teenager, where your hormones and everything is just, you ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? To go to having a child, figuring out, because I was scared at 37 years old with a husband. Now you young by yourself trying to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? I can't even imagine what that was like, just how she like felt, along with already having some mental health issues and chemical imbalance and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
After I had the baby, I look back at things she did, because I have younger siblings, like they're much younger, like 9, 16 years younger than me down the line, that were happening. And I realized, like, she had postpartum, but I didn't get it. I was,
right.
Unfortunately, she passed away before we could really like make a total amends. But looking back at that, I'm like, I was angry at certain things that were happening, because I didn't understand, like, what is wrong with you? You know what I mean? Because I'm a kid. I don't know why you're making the things you're doing.
And some people,
when I had my own child, I was like, oh my God, like,
that's what she was going through.
Yeah, she was
postpartum is real.
She was struggling to get out the bed every day. It was a struggle, like,
That's what some people be like, you just had a baby, you should be happy.
Before we have any more commentary, I just want to say to everybody that's live here on Instagram, we are only allowed 1 hour at a time, but we're going to go past that a lot of time. However, if you have Facebook or YouTube, we are still going to continue on, because we have a few more topics. So do not go anywhere. We're going to continue this conversation on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Check me over there, Sweet Talk with Auntee Shugah, YouTube Live or Facebook Live. Okay, me and the ladies, stick around. Okay, we're still here. Bye, Instagram people. We'll see you in a little bit. All right. Guys. So once again, I agree with you, April. I could only imagine. I learned to have a new respect for my mother as well. Being a mom, I had a lot of anger and resentment towards her. She chose to give up custody to my father. So I was raised by my father and his family, and my father was amazing. He wasn't perfect, right? Nobody is perfect. But he was absolutely amazing, and I'm absolutely a daddy's girl. And all of my sisters were all daddy's girls. We all think the world of our father. We all swear to God we're all the favorites. Like it's terrible. We like it's really bad. Like
it really is bad.
The oldest, like she feels like there's no competition. And like I'm the youngest, so I feel like I'm the competition. It's the only one that doesn't want to jump into this fight is our brother. He's the only one that's just like, you guys fight this out, whatever. I'm not even going there with you guys. Dad loved me, and I don't, you guys can fight it out who loved it more, who loved him, or who he loved more. But it's bad. It's caused serious spats. But my father was, a man, not perfect, but he chose to step up when my mother could not. And I understand now why she could not. It's difficult when you have a mother that can't step up to the plate because she's dealing with her own issues, be it postpartum, mental health, drug addiction, alcohol addiction. It's difficult to be raised in a home like that because we are mothers and we are hands-on mothers, we are loving mothers, we're supportive mothers, we're caring mothers. We would give our life for our children. So for us to feel this way about our own children, but yet be raised by mothers who were lacking in those areas, it says a lot. And I'm one for therapy, and Tireca knows this. I am one. I've said this plenty of times on my own platform. I am one for therapy. I am still in therapy. I'm in therapy 3 days a week because I believe in growth. And the only way that you are going to grow is to realize that you need to continuously learn.
Yeah.
Learn about yourself, learn about the world, learn about the people around you, learn about why you react to the way you do, the things that you do, the way you do. So I agree with you on that wholeheartedly. It's not easy being a mom. I have found myself being the person balled up crying more than once because the stresses of the environment, the world, the finances, the bills. Maybe I was dating a man at the time and it didn't work out. I have found those things breaking me to the point where I needed to break down. But when my kid needed me, I always showed up and I always put on a face and I always wore that mask and I was there as the protector and the provider and the one that loved them and the one that supported them and the one that cared for them and the one that was the healer. I am that light, that strength, that post. So that's why I wanted that clip because we encompass just like the first one. We're cooking, we're cleaning, we're balancing the budget, we're going to work. And then the minute that we actually spend some quality time doing something, just something small, like playing a game on our phone, here they come.
It's like they got a sensor. They have a sensor, a built-in sensor. Don't open up a snack somewhere. They gonna call. You could have called them for 10 minutes to come do something. Radio silence. Open up a snack. Now all of a sudden everybody peeking in your.
That's how I get my son to eat things. I act like it's for me. I go
because mommy stuff always tastes better. Yeah. It could be the same exact thing, I'll be like, didn't I buy y'all own? And when I go grocery shopping, everybody get to pick their own snacks that they want. Okay. But somehow still eats mine. I don't get it. I didn't have not one of yours.
But just if you want what I have, get one, but don't eat mine.
Yeah, why you eat the one in my hand?
Get yourself
right. One. You didn't know you liked this when you was picking your own stuff out?
I was like, really?
And you two have men in the houses, so I know you had that whole conversation with them. Do you want something? I'm going here. You don't want nothing? I'll be back.
Yeah, like I'm indecisive anyway. So it's for me. I don't know. Like he just goes with the flow. I'm indecisive. I don't know what I want to eat, or I don't know what I want sometimes. So,
I used to be very more picky about what I eat, and it was like after I had my son, I guess I kind of got to the point a little bit where I'm like, listen, I'm happy I'm eating. So, so I'm not quite
what I want. I just know I need to eat. It's not about what I want.
I'm not
as nutrients at this point.
Yeah, my one friend like that, we love to go out to eat and try different restaurants and probably spend way too much money. Like we go and we order 6 things because we want to try it all. You know what I mean? We share it. And I used to very much be like, yeah, I would be like, I'm not going there. I'm not eating it. I don't want that. Now she's like, all right, where do you want to eat? I'm like, where are we going, girl? I'll find something.
Yeah. All right.
It just happens to be out the house.
Right.
Sitting and trying to eat the last fry something in the car before you go inside. Because if not, why you don't have enough for us? Not to mention
Mm.
y'all just probably just ate. Y'all
Right.
could have just came home from school and then had a snack already. Ate twice at school, a snack in school, a snack at home. But my stuff is just so appealing to you. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
gonna pass out and faint if you don't eat my
You
stuff
don't
too.
if you don't just get some of it.
Mm-mm,
That'd be
mm-mm,
the part
mm-mm,
that is
mm-mm.
just like it's not
Right.
even serious.
Yeah, my daughter is the great negotiator. So
Mm.
basically, if you bring something home and you put it in the refrigerator, she says you got 24 hours. Well, she originally said it's 72 hours. And then after that, it's hers. But basically, if it makes it through the first 24 hours, then it's yours. If
Free,
it
yes, free
doesn't,
room.
because basically the rule is not what she's saying out her mouth. She's basically saying you got to eat it within the first 24 hours. Because if you don't, by the time you wake up tomorrow, it's gonna be gone.
Salad.
Ooh.
Mm,
Mm-mm.
So with the next clip, we are talking about something that I know you guys have all been because you guys are business owners, um, and you guys I'm not sure if you guys have heard of what's been going on in the news with this business out of Georgia, where a group of ladies got to go and decide they want to go with the Freedom Fund, where they're going with um, women that are in business. They've gotten grants from Citicorp and Wells Fargo and Chase Manhattan, and they're using the grants that they're getting to be able to finance minority business owners. They're giving like $20,000 of grants to different minority firms because, believe it or not, minority women were the fastest growing businesses in the world since the pandemic. So, since we are the fastest growing business owners, um, we are the least funded as well. So they open up this kind of like dialogue saying, listen, even though we're growing our businesses, we don't have very much advertising money. We don't have very much branding money. We don't have very much inventory money. So what we need to do is get the funding out there to these businesses so we can market. I do believe that these ladies are trying to recreate a Black Wall Street in this 2024 um, era. However, I will email each or I will text message each and every one of you that information so you guys can have it because I don't have the clip on that right now, and we're not going to use that clip tonight. But we are going to use another clip because I wanted to briefly talk about that. But the truth is that this next one is about diversity, um, awareness, and inclusion in a way that we're talking about cultural appropriation. And when I say that, ladies, I don't know if you've been seeing this, but I've been seeing it everywhere from the Kardashian family. I don't care if you get offended in the comments. It's Women's History Month. If you white, sit tight. Okay, we'll get to you. All right. Um, you want to dye your skin, you want to suntan, you want to spray tan, you want to sit out and get tan, you want to you know wear weave in a kinky curly style. You want your lips to be larger. You want um, your hips to be larger. You want your rump or your rear to be larger. You want to be more curvy. All that is coming from what would naturally be found on the woman that is considered to be Black or African American. You are literally wearing box braids or dreads, um, to the point now where even I have seen Asians wear dreads and Asians wear box braids. And I am it bothers me. It bothers me to see this cultural appropriation. So I have brought you an extreme clip of a woman that is taking it way too far, and I can't wait till we get into this. And I'm so sad that it took us this long to get here, but I can't wait to see your reviews on this cultural appropriation. Roll it.
Now, our next guest, the Heart, you all right?
Yeah, fine.
Good. Began life in Germany as a light-skinned blonde girl, making headlines around the world when she had injections to change the colour of her skin.
Over the past 2 years, Martina Big has radically altered her appearance in order to become a black woman. And this morning has followed every step of her controversial story.
When I was younger, I admired the curves of Pamela Anderson. My next step is going to pump up my lips also. My eye color has changed, my eyebrow color has changed, and I can feel in myself that I'm changing to a black woman. I like the curves of black women, and I want to get them step by step.
Well, Martina is here now alongside her new husband, Michael, and good morning to both of you. Thank you.
Ladies, how do you feel about the white Haiti women attempting to be us? They are trying to be us. They are stealing our hair. They are getting melanin injections. They are moving to Kenya. They want to get melanin injected into their bodies. They're causing their eye color to change, their hair color, as well as their skin color. This woman's name is Martina Big. She is a German nationalist citizen, and she decided that in 2018 she was going to move to Kenya. She was going to get these melanin injections, and now she has a full Kenyan African name, of which I cannot pronounce. F you, Kenya, for giving her that name. It means big angel. In Kenya, if you can translate in Swahili, it means big angel. F you, Martina Big. That's my feeling.
Is that why man the shiki?
That's what he had on. I feel like I don't know why.
First of all, she look a damn fool, and she looks nothing like a black woman. We are not, black women are not a fad. We are not a temporary thing. We not something that you can just.
And why the boobs? What got to do with being black? I don't understand.
Listen, she look a damn fool. She sound a damn fool.
I like the curves on a black woman. I like the curves.
We're not impressed. We do not accept her. Mental health is important.
You and Rachel, self-love. Go sit in the corner somewhere. Go sit in the corner, Rachel and Martina.
Listen, first of all, she just looks a nut. I mean, it looks, I don't know what those injections are, but they look like they're the opposite of what Botox does. So I don't understand how that even works out, because black don't crack, and it look like that's cracking you. But what I will say about Miss Martina that I give her credit for is at least she trying to give black women some type of credit, because you brought up the Kardashians, and my issue with them is they appropriate things from black women, which is like, okay, whatever, but they don't give us credit. Whenever they're asked about it, they go around the mulberry bush. They never come out and say it. Kim skips around and never really addresses it head on that they are, you know what I mean?
Yeah, she wanted those black babies, and she knew she did.
Yeah, but my thing is I've always admired women of color. I've always admired black women. I've always admired this. I wear braids. I wear this. This is what black women were doing. All of that, but they never give us the credit. That's my thing.
They want our features, not our problems. That is the problem. You know.
That part. Never trade places. Never.
I think some of these doctors need to get their head checked too, because it should be against the law to do some of the things y'all is doing in these surgeries.
The boobs, like who did the boobs? Who did that?
Who injected her skin from the hands to the neck to the face? Like, was it dye that you just went like that and just went? Shh?
She looks like a raisin. I'm not understanding.
There's literally a medication that you can get that's based off of increasing the melanin in the body. And so what she did was you can't get it in America, because we outlaw almost everything when it comes to. She went overseas and got this, and it increases the melanin in her body. She's literally getting melanin injected into her body. Sure. And she had
everybody want to be black until they got to deal with shit. that we deal with.
That part.
Then she gonna play that W card real fast. I'm like, what? Mm-mm.
As soon as something go wrong.
You think she's gonna change that German citizenship?
Oh, absolutely not.
Protects her.
Ooh, child.
Why was that?
She looks like a circus clown.
She's not. She has no friends. She has no friends because when she first came out her mouth with that idea, somebody should have said, "Look, baby, that ain't for you. It don't even sound right." You know, once you do this, there's no trial. You can't take it back.
Right. It's permanent.
Just imagine the health problems that's going to go along with it. Like, just injecting all type of foreign things. Just self-love is very important.
Why she find a man? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And
that's
then he's
what
white. And he's white.
With the dashiki though, he's white, but he wears a dashiki.
Injections too. I told you they moved to Kenya.
Maybe he next. Maybe he's next.
They moved to Kenya in 2008, and he's getting injections too.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's just okay.
Kenya, y'all got to be more selective in who y'all let over there and do whatever they want. Just doing whatever they want to do out there, making a mockery of the race.
I told you her new name in Swahili means big angel.
Okay.
With the next assembly that we all get together, I suggest that we trade her, Rachel Dolezal, and Candace Owens in for what's that white lady that old white lady that champions civil rights.
Which I don't know.
I suggest that we trade them all in for that old white lady that champions civil rights. I forget her name, but I'm gonna get it.
A couple of them.
We're gonna trade them all in. I trade all three of them in. Candace Owens too, because I don't know if y'all saw the clip on her, but she was on the Breakfast Club because she doing a rebranding, and she don't even know God is good
all the time.
God is
all the
good
time.
All the time.
All the time.
all the time.
God is good.
Because we all got our card, but Candace did not know what that meant.
Oh,
We want to trade her in. We need to trade her in.
We should have been trading her in.
Well, yeah, she been talking her shit. She been
Owens until like last year, so I haven't been, necessarily woke because I didn't really know about her. And forgive me, ladies, until like last year. So I'm just like, well, who is this?
And then you wish you could forget about her, right?
Yeah, because you can't undo what you've been put on to. And then I was stuck for like months, Googling shit Googling stuff and just trying to catch up.
Terrible.
She's a lot.
She found out she was black when they fired her ass though. That news company.
Yes, she did.
So she was anti-Semitic. She thought she could get up there and say whatever she wanted to say. But what I don't understand is why she got fired for being anti-Semitic, but y'all didn't fire her for being anti-black, anti-LGBTQ. Nothing else. She could say whatever she wants.
Because that don't lose them any money. That doesn't cause them any problems because we are the biggest enemy.
We wasn't watching the show to begin with, so
Yeah.
I think Ben Shapiro is Jewish. That's probably why. And that's her boss. He's Jewish. So if your boss is Jewish, he ain't gonna let you say too much about his people.
No. I just thought that was the thing she says when Floyd what's his name, the one that passed away that they strangled. The way she was calling him a thug and he deserved it and just like girl. But she got on the Breakfast Club and she talked a good game in circles and gaslit the F out of all of them.
And they needed to bring in an expert to interview her because they were just letting her get away with stuff. Like she just was just.
But that's why they waited.
They needed Angela Rye up in there. Or Mark Lamont or somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do for a living is spar,
Yeah.
Because she was talking circles around them. Because she says something that's so egregious, but then she sprinkles in a couple things of truth, and you be confused. You'll be like, well, wait a minute, that is true. But that don't mean what she said in the beginning was right.
Right.
Kellyanne Conway the hell out of them on that show. And they didn't even see it. Kellyanne Conway the hell out of them.
She did. That's exactly what she did. She came out there with those alternative facts, and it was eating.
Well, they need to stick to music, hip hop,
where it's safe.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that this show has ran its course anyway, The Breakfast Club, and there's no shade to them. I just think that all of them have a big enough name that they could probably move on and do something else. As far as Charlamagne and Envy, I don't even think they need the show.
Yeah, neither one of them I think need the show.
And then Just Hilarious is cool, but it's like having another Charlamagne. At least Angela Yee researched, knew the topics, knew the guests, knew they was talking about, had points of references. Just Hilarious is sitting up. It's like sitting up there with two Charlamagnes.
Yeah, she bullied her way in there. She pre-announced that she had the job, didn't have it yet, and then everybody rallied. Oh well, when she start, and they just ain't had no choice but to put her in there. I don't think as far as like a guest host every now and then, yes, but did we need the third person? No, because whatever love affair that Charlamagne and Envy has is just working out just fine.
Yeah, with the thrones that they sit in like two big fools, sending them big throne chairs. Like, what are y'all doing? It's weird. I don't like it. Claudia Jordan actually was a good third host with them.
That's what I thought they was gonna give it to, but nowadays they're gonna go with the popular. Who's the
old to them, not
popular
their audience.
Because Claudia gonna tell you one thing about she gonna tell you like it is. She's not gonna tell you what you want to hear. She's gonna tell you what you need to hear.
I just think age-wise too, she wasn't there because Claudia's she's like 50, right?
Is she?
Well, they trying to go for the younger audience because you got the two men is up there in age, so now they need something to bring the younger audience in. But
Claudia is 50 and fine. She is 50 and fine.
If she's not 50, she's close to it because I used to watch. They have a show on Fox Soul that I used to watch. I stopped watching it because Funky Donnie was not on there anymore.
Yes, girl.
But I watched it. It's a shame because they had a really great banter and cancer. Her, Al, Funky, and they did really well. And now I think they replaced Funky, but it's just like, what y'all talking about? Like, it ain't the same.
That's why I like my show, because I can say what I want to say, when I want to say it, how I want to say it. Ain't nobody censoring me. Ain't nobody telling me what I could. I don't need the publicist to come and issue an apology on my behalf. Nope. I said what I said, and I meant it. So, because I talk my stuff, right?
Yes.
I used to listen to what's this? I'm gonna have to check out your show, Queen. But
Me too,
I used
Queen,
to watch.
Now I'm ready. Now I know.
Right, I'm like I gotta listen to that. I used to watch.
My tune don't make it no better.
Flame Monroe has a podcast out. She say what she want to say too, Flame Monroe. Yeah. So that's like
I'm gonna look her up. I like listening to her. I tune into Auntee Shugah. I tune into Janet. They tune into me. It's all about the support.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
But,
yes, it is.
But
saying that.
Gotta love him.
That, I want to close out our show with this last one, and I know you guys are gonna laugh hilariously at this one because I thought it was funny. It's basically, there's a lot of chatter on the internet, so it's not necessarily like a kitchen table conversation, but it's about relationships, and relationships are usually a kitchen table conversation, right? Women, we talk about men, right? We talk about our relationships. I know you guys April's married, obviously. Tireca, you've been in a long-term committed relationship. I consider demise will be a marriage, but we won't go there. Queen Vi is an expert on relationships. And then me, myself, I'm might open up my roster. I'm thinking about it.
Starting five. You always have a starting five.
I'm gonna start with a starting five.
Okay, right. You got your point guards. You know.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna work on my starting five.
Okay.
But it's a relationship issue. It's a relationship topic. It's about women, who we should partner with, what should we be thinking about. It's addressing these things kind of from like a women's point of view, but what if it like a man kind of like reversed it or like matched the energy? So like it's kind of like a man parroting on like what women say they kind of want in relationships. So not all women, but like some women. Like, have you guys ever heard of like the princess treatment type of deal? No? Okay. So basically it's a man kind of making fun or parodying like the princess treatment idea. And like, you know, a woman saying that I know my show is based around a woman living a soft life, right? I try to focus on self-care and self-love, because if you don't love yourself, then you can't love anyone else, right? And so I try to get women to focus on them as being responsible for their own mental health, their physical health. And so I do kind of say these things to myself. I would like to take care of myself and love myself and support myself, and then also have someone that does the same thing. They want to support me. They want to love me. They want to kind of keep me in this realm, right, of peace and of happiness. So this is a guy, he's kind of like, I think if you go to his page, he kind of like makes parodies. I don't want to say he makes parodies. I want to say like, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of these like manosphere type of guys or red pill type of men. But basically they always say words like key buzzwords like the modern woman or today's woman or masculine women, or you know, they say those key words to get women riled up. Like, you know, they do it on purpose because they know, you know, first of all, we've evolved and we've come to the point where it's 2024. You can never go back to the 50s. You can't go back to the 30s or the 20s. You might as well just step up to the plate. It's never going to be your great granddaddies or your granddaddies type of women, but they do it on purpose because it sparks a lot of controversy on the internet, and it gives men that don't want to actually be the hunter-gatherer that they're supposed to be and actually going out there and doing the work to get a woman that they desire. It gives them an out. So why should you go out there and be the hunter-gatherer, right? The provider, the supporter. You don't have to do that. These women are independent. They don't need you, right? They don't, they're working now. They got money. They got jobs. They got businesses. So this is kind of like a parody on that. And I don't necessarily want to plug any one particular manosphere group or manosphere individual, but we all know that in the last couple of years, we've had to deal with different sectors of men's group popping up, such as the Passport Bros, and we've had to deal with like the Kevin Samuels and the what's the name Tates, and you know, it's crazy to me that people actually really listen to them and take what they're saying, but there's a lot of men that can't compete, and we all know what genuine dating is like, what quote unquote competition is like, what quote unquote, if they really had to be in the heat of the jungle and be the lion of the pride, they wouldn't make it. They just wouldn't. So in saying that, this clip is called The Independent Man.
Listen, I don't know about y'all, but I'm just so tired of being a strong, independent man. I just want a woman to come into my life and just take all the weight off my shoulders. I can't do this alone. I'm tired of being a strong, independent man. I'm tired of it. Like, I just want to be at home, cook and clean, and then when my woman gets off of work, I can just give her her meal and she can just lay down while I rub her feet. I just want to be her housekeeper. I don't want to go to work anymore. I'm tired of working these 50, 60-hour weeks and I'm paying all my own bills. I'm just so I'm tired. I can't handle it anymore. I just really can't do it anymore. So I'm looking for my queen, my hard-working queen, because I'm tired. I just want to be in my natural, I want to be in my natural environment. That's all I want.
His natural environment. I
He wants to
mean,
be in his soft boy era.
listen. See, what people fail to realize is if you're with the right person, everything won't be on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, him going out to work, that doesn't mean that, like, first of all, date, according to what you want, what's for you. That's what a lot of people mess up at. Everybody has different things that work for them. And if you're going to get out, first of all, know exactly what you want when you decide to go date, and please be healed. Be healed and be ready to be the type of person that you are asking someone else to be. Being in a relationship is not finding someone. It's not supposed to be for financial gain. It's supposed to be a partnership.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody doing 100, not 50-50, because it's going to be some days where somebody falls short and they need you to be able to come in and pick up, the slack. Somebody's going to get sick. You're going to have health issues. You're going to have emergencies and extra bills. You're going to have kids. So this idea of, like, for me personally, I'm always going to work. Even if someone decided they want to come in and pay all the bills, I'm going to want to do something because I want to be there in case something happens. If he loses his job, if a medical thing happens and he has to cut back or something, because then we both are screwed.
Right.
If we depending on one person. I'm tired of people thinking that when someone does decide to be inside the home, that what they're doing inside the home doesn't mean anything. Yeah, you can go make it. You can go make the money and pay for the food, but it got to get cooked. House got to be clean. Kids, which is the most important task that you're going to do throughout your life, has to be raised. They have to be fed, clothed, raised, homework. It's not, he said, I just want to be able to cook, clean, and come home. And when she comes home, rub her feet. So that's how little he think. He think that what the woman is doing is so little and insignificant.
Sure.
But also, I think, like, sometimes it's like you gotta look at, like, why is life hard now? Like you said, being healed before you get with somebody. Meaning, if you can't manage money by yourself, you ain't gonna be able to manage it with somebody. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's not just, I need help. I might need to look at how I'm doing things with me first before you bring somebody else into the mix, because you still gonna have the same issues with that person. It's like you can mismanage $100,000. You can certainly mismanage $200,000.
Oh yes, ma'am.
Because then you're sitting there thinking that I got more, I could spend more, you know what I mean? And things like, not just saying just money, but that's anything. Like in general, if you don't know how to do grocery shopping, you ain't, you know what I mean? Now with that, maybe a partner can like help you or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, it's like you said, like healing beforehand. If you are emotionally unavailable, you getting a partner is not going to fix that until you figure out why you're emotionally unavailable or what you need to do to be that way. It just like, I feel like some people just think, oh, I just want to find somebody, and they automatically think their life is going to be easier, but it's work you have to do to even be, ready for that person. And you find the wrong person, they're going to be more of a headache than it is to be by your damn self. So
that one right there.
Like I have had friends like that too. That like one friend was just like, my head goes off to single moms and things like that, but like my husband is like she said her husband's like a second child. You know what I mean? It's like just dragging him along, so she don't.
Wow.
And those are trauma bonds. Like people stay with each other for various reasons, whether it's for the kids, whether it's for a trauma bond. Like when I've been in my situation for a long time, 15 years. So I was 25, 26, and now I am whatever number I am. So the thing with that is that I've changed. He has changed. The relationship dynamics have changed. And like Miss Queen said, what works for you guys works for you guys. And what may have worked before may not work now. But there's still, that's that whole conversation that needs to happen. That's that growth piece that needs to still occur because people change. And even after becoming a mother, so I've changed with age, I've changed with time, I've changed with, my role in the relationship, what that looks like. But what I want now is not what I wanted before. So like,
I think we evolve quicker than they do and more often.
And you always supposed to be evolving as well. If things are exactly how they were when you first got together and you're 5, 10, 15, 20 years in, it's a problem. Because the words of Hakim born Jess, if it's not grown, it's dead. So so you have to constantly be growing and evolving. You're gonna have new goals. You're gonna have
He got that from me. He got that from me.
Okay. And if you're not constantly changing your goals and you have, new things you want to accomplish, and not to mention all the other things that come in part, health issues, like you said, age, certain dynamics is changing. Y'all have to be able to still constantly falling in love all over again, constantly communicating and rebuilding. There's a lot of things that come along with it. So, like you said, you get with the wrong person. God,
it could be a disaster.
It ain't gonna be right. It ain't gonna be enough praise in the world.
And I think like being like real, like you have to be realistic. Like, well, you've been somebody for 15 years, is every year, every month is not like, let me kick up my heels. Oh my God, I feel like Cinderella in the glass slipper.
Yeah, like that shit is not realistic at all.
No, it's gonna be, ups and downs and things like that. But I think ultimately, if you know the type of person you're with, that they're genuinely a good person, there's a whole lot of other things there that you hold on to, then you are able to get through those times. But I think people just have to be realistic, because even like I was not a Kevin Samuels fan, because some of the stuff he said was just out of pocket. But some of those women would call up there and be like, oh, I make $35K a year, just an example, you know what I mean? I make $35K a year, I have 5 kids, and just crazy things, and they be like, I want to find a man who makes $350,000, never had a child before, owns his own, like all these things that they like that you don't have, which is okay that you don't have those, but you could come together with somebody and grow. And it just would be like unrealistic. Like, you want a man that doesn't have any kids or anything, but you have children. Like, why?
Yeah, you want somebody with it all together already, and you're just you just started, or you just trying to make it there. Your goals got to be realistic. Just like I say, date within your wage. Don't and don't introduce somebody into something, because I tell people all the time, don't go broke trying to take me on no date, because at the end of the day, when this date is over, you still have to pay your phone, your gas, your electric, your rent.
Expect this standard all the time. So do what you can do that you can maintain.
Let me know what I'm getting into.
He cleaned out all his savings because he got with someone and he was trying. We were younger, but he was trying to impress her. And then it got to the point where he was borrowing money from me, and I'm like, well, what are you like? I don't understand.
Yeah, she ain't for you. You know. Make sure y'all have the same expectations. Make sure y'all have the same morals. Please, I can't stress that enough. You know what? Make sure what moves you and your mate is the same. Because if you got one person that's money driven, that they're with you because you have money, just know when you lose it, they're gone. So, or if they're with you because your looks, because ask somebody, why are you with this person? If they're talking about superficial stuff and financial stuff, then they're not there for the long haul.
Nope.
You know, so
you definitely got to ask yourself, like.
We have all seen that before. We have all seen the people that once the money is gone, they are gone. Once the looks are gone, they are gone. So and hey, you know, I think being honest, being open, being realistic are definitely some good goals to shoot for.
Sure.
Which are difficult in today's day and age because we have social media and we have social media dating, and people can pretend to be someone that they're not online, and then when reality actually comes to fruition, it seems to be something a little different. But I urge everyone, even though we just touched this topic of relationships and we made fun of it and it was a parody, be honest with yourself first. Do the work on yourself first. Focus on your inner self, who you are. Focus on self-love. Focus on self, care. Focus on who you are and heal who you are inside before you decide to move on and share your life with anyone else. If you can be honest with yourself about the person that you are, about the things that you've been inflicted with, about the pain that you are dealing with, about the struggle, about how much you are dealing with financially, how much is incoming and how much is outgoing, about your budget, about your kids and about your child situation, whether you are in the home or outside of the home, whether it's a child support situation or a child custody situation. If you are dealing with an educational situation or a lack of education, if you can be honest with yourself first, right? In all aspects of growth. Because a lot of us are delusional. And this is where this comes from. This is where posts like this come from.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that went to his show probably went with good intentions. And they were met with adversity, and anger and sensationalism. And I challenge women to stop going places like that. I challenge women to do the work they need to do inside first. Don't go to a podcast. Don't go to a dating coach. Don't go to one of these sensationalist shows. Go to a therapist, an actual therapist, not the church that is just going to just try to, don't make it biblical. Actually go to someone that practices therapy like Tireca, that focuses on personal self-care, self-healing, and try to work with you within your strengths and weaknesses as an individual, and work on that first. Get to know yourself first, what you are strong at, what you are weak at, where you need to grow at, where you need to heal at. And then once you do that work, then you might be ready for a relationship. Like I said, I might be able to open up my roster.
That starting point, I'm telling you, is ideal. In my heyday, you have to start in 5.
I've been able to do the work. I've been in counseling. I've been to depression. I've been to anxiety. I've been to mindfulness. I've been focusing on not just speaking, but listening, and listening with an intent to learn and to grow. So if you can do these things, then seriously, you might be open towards your relationship. But first, get to know who you are, because you can't invite somebody to the party. You don't know what kind of party you're throwing. You know what I'm saying? Is it a birthday party? Is it an anniversary party? Is it adults on? Right. So first know who you are and what you have to bring to the table, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and then decide whether or not you want to add someone to that, right? And you'll be able to make a better judgment of who you want to invite, right? Not just everybody is invited to this party over here. You can't invite yourself over here. I have to invite you. And I think that's what it was missing from this clip, right? This guy was just open. He was just like, listen, I just can't do this 9 to 5 no more. I'm working these 50 hours a week. He said, listen, I can't do it. These 15 hours days, these 12 hours days, like, I'm tired. Like, I'll rub your feet, baby. I'll rub your feet. Come home,
work for somebody.
He sound like Babyface back in the 90s. I'll pay your rent. I'll cook your dinner too.
I hate that he said he want to be a housekeeper.
He want to be a house husband.
He's aspiring to be a house husband. Like, that's his goal.
Well, I hope he makes his goal.
Women, we are the fastest growing business owners in this economy. In this capitalist society that we live in, we are growing our businesses. We're growing our herbalists. We're growing our personal finances. We're growing our, private care. We're growing our hair industry. We're growing our whatever businesses we are thriving in. We are thriving. And that is the honest to goodness truth. However, I don't want to take on a man that it's like taking on another child. I got a child already. If I want to take on another child, I want to take on another child, not a man that's a child. So, sir, I urge you to go look for somebody that's looking for a sugar baby. Get you a sugar mama. Get you a panther or a cougar or a saber-tooth. You know what them saber-tooths are, but they usually in a 70, 80 range. You know what I'm saying? Get you one of them.
That's right.
Get you one of them. So you looking for one of them.
He want to be a cat woman.
Cat woman. I love that for him. He's going to struggle because I don't know. He's definitely going to struggle, but he's clear with what his desires are. So can't be mad at that.
He could never make it as a man in my family.
Oh no, that'd tear him up. Tear him up.
It's a joke. But I realized that this gentleman is making fun of what he currently sees as women that are, kind of putting their kind of idealistic. We could definitely put the woman that said $40 wasn't enough for lunch, or what she say, $25 wasn't enough for lunch, or something like that. We could bounce back and forth off of that. The other woman, I think I discussed doing a whole show off the woman that said, I'm a side chick and blah, 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 and I'm a side chick and blah, blah, blah. We could definitely do shows about that, but I think, his idea is to kind of do a play off of that. A lot of people kind of want to do plays off of those particular topics. Anyway, that was our last topic for this evening, ladies, and I hope you had as much fun as I did during this Women's History Month for the month of March 2024. I'm so grateful and honored to have you ladies here with me. I was excited to hear each and every one of you guys' take on our clips tonight. And, do you guys have any final comments? Tireca?
Thank you so much, Auntie, for inviting me. Thank you so much for, it was truly, truly an honor. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed meeting these lovely ladies. Continue to do what you're doing. I'm super proud of you. And I'm excited to see what Auntie Shugah has next. So I'm tuned in. And thank you so much.
And April?
I enjoyed this conversation, and it was really nice to meet Queen Vi and Tireca. It was nice meeting you, talking with you all. Just stay positive. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their week, closes this week out, and I hope that all of us on here get some me time this weekend to relax or sleep or get our nails done or whatever we want to do.
Definitely. And last but definitely not least, Queen Vi.
I want to thank you, Auntie Shugah, for having me. It's an honor. You support me all the time. Nice meeting you ladies. I'm looking forward to kind of seeing what you guys got going on. Networking is very important. My last words I want to say is for everybody out there, mental health is important. Working on ourselves and continuing to grow, and also being there for others that's in your life, because everybody doesn't have someone that they can talk to. So just reach out and help the next one when you can.
Mhm. Well, finally, last but not least, this weekend is Easter Sunday, and I don't know if you guys have been checking out my peeps here in the corner. But Auntie Shugah doesn't air till Wednesday night at 8 p.m. So we're going to miss the Easter Sunday holiday for those that practice this sacred holiday. We are still in the month of Ramadan for those that practice the Ramadan as well. So I want to give my support to them. But but not to mention, I celebrate Easter. So for all those that celebrate Easter, we're in this celebratory spirit this month. This month, this Women's History Month, has been wonderful. We have talked about all different topics that affect women. Next month is the month of April, and believe it or not, April is a heavily inundated month of women as well. We have Women's Sexual Assault Awareness Month. We have Sexually Transmitted Disease Month, or Sexually Transmitted Infections Month. We're also looking at testicular cancer in the month of April. So please be aware that in the month of April, there are going to be some new flyers coming out and some new information coming out, as well as don't forget that this month here in the month of March, we're doing colon cancer. So that affects men and women. Please, if you are in that age range, go get your colon checked. Okay, colon cancer is serious. It affects us all, men and women alike. Make sure that you're, being first up the bat, especially if you were in a minority in our community. Go get your exams, or do what the home exams, the Cologuard, which is, a lot less invasive. Nonetheless, we have some more shows planned for you. But I'm so honored and so grateful, as I said earlier, to be closing out this Women's History Month with these wonderful, educated, refined ladies that are experienced in so many different areas of life. These mothers, they've given life 2 times over, 3 times over. They have shared their stories. They have so much more to give and so much more insight and clarity to the struggles of women. And this Women's History Month, they each have a story to tell in their own right. And I'm grateful to open up this platform just for them to share just a little bit in this hour or two that we've been here on Sweet Talk with Auntee Shugah. I would love to have them back. They are all invited back. If you want to, please reach out to them on each and every one of their platforms. Of course, April M. Burks has her @ there. You can reach her on her platform on Instagram. She already explained to you what she does for a living. You will not be disappointed. I have always had a wonderful time at each and every one of her events. I cannot be more excited to be invited back. I promise I'll be on my best behavior. Queen Vi, I check her out each and every week that she is on her podcast. It is hilarious but informative. I love it. Also check out her apparel line. She has a wonderful platform. She is a wealth of knowledge, and I learn each and every time that I am involved in each and every one of her shows. Please, if you have any questions whatsoever, reach out to Queen Vi. She has a wealth of knowledge on all of her platforms. Don't hesitate to reach out to her on her Instagram, her Facebook. She has an email as well. Tireca also expressed to you that she has her own business where she helps people express themselves through candle making. It is absolutely gorgeous. I would love to schedule a actual candle making class for my women's group. I think they would enjoy it quite a lot, actually. And I think we could do that. I think it would be wonderful for us. Ladies, if you are creative, gentlemen, if you are creative, if you have an eye for design and creativeness, if you have an eye for art, if you have an eye for any of those things, reach out to any one of these ladies. These ladies are I cannot express to you how much I admire these ladies for different reasons. Whether they be married in long-term relationships or very well versed in being single and or in long-term relationships or being mothers. I admire each and every one of them. I am so blessed to have them on my show. I am so grateful. I'm so honored for them to be here in my presence and to grace my show with their presence this evening. Thank you so much, ladies, for hanging out with me. Usually the show lasts an hour, but you guys have stuck in there for 2 hours. I appreciate the show's producer for hanging in there for 2 hours. I know he's a little grouchy and exhausted at this time. Producer, do we have any more comments before we close out? I want to address the comment section. Producer, any more comments? Are you there? Tune in to Tokyo. NASA,
the lady's been talking too long.
I'm starving. Give me something to eat.
NASA, we got a problem here. Do we have any more comments? Any more no, nothing in Facebook, nothing in Instagram, nothing in
No. It's time to go.
Well, now, if you guys didn't hear it, that was the producer of the show. I guess he felt a little bit too much estrogen in the atmosphere.
He's had enough.
I want to say thank you again. I appreciate you all.
Thank
this
you.
was Sweet Talk with Auntee Shugah. This is our first ever panel. This is Women's History Month. I am honored. I'm grateful. I am humbled by you guys' appearance, and I can't wait to see you all next week on our first April show. Stay sweet.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Good night, everybody.
Night.